What's up, boys? Give me 1 second. I gotta fix this shit on Twitch real quick, and then we'll get it going. Let's see. Testing. All right, we good to go. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Jordan Brown. This is the third annual SGS podcast. We're going into week 7 recap and then week 8 projections. So, all right. So, what's up, Casey? How you doing, man? So this is a little bit different. I kind of wanted to try out live just to see if I have any of my buddies coming here and watch while I do a recap. So. But if you're watching, welcome in. If you're new to the channel, give me a follow. Anyways, so I'll go ahead and go through like some of the big news things that have happened. Obviously, one of the main things that came out this week was the Chris Olave arrest, going 35 over in a 70 mile per hour or a 35 mile per hour zone, going 70 to 35. Jordan Addison had the same situation happen, but he went a lot faster. I believe Addison, he went like 130 and a 70 mile per hour speed limit. So, and he didn't get suspended. So, you personally, Tuck, I would not be worried whatsoever about Chris Olave getting suspended. I would be shocked if the league took any action on that. Even though he did get taken to jail for it, but I think he'll be okay. I don't think he's going to get suspended in any sort. He might get fined. But other than that, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about Chris Olave. Other big news, I'm going to go ahead and go straight into our recent activity because we've had a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. I mean, a bunch of trades, huge trades too. Including this huge package trade right here. My goodness. This trade is insane. Jace gave up a lot of pieces. He gave up Alexander Madison, Chuba, Puka, Deontay Johnson, and then Connor Calavan now has all of them, and Connor traded Nico Collins and Josh Jacobs to Jace's team. So, even trade in my eyes. Reason I say that is because Chuba Hubbard, I mean, we'll see how that running back group is going to be because it's probably going to be a split backfield with Miles Sanders coming back. Puka, he had a huge week. I expect him to continue to play very well in that offense with how much they pass the ball. Alexander Madison, Cam Akers' stock has went up a little bit. But I wouldn't be too worried. I think Alexander Madison still somewhat leads this backfield, so I think he'll continue to carry the bulk. Deontay Johnson coming back. If he's healthy, he could become the number 1 receiver in Pittsburgh, but George Pickens is also playing very well too, so it's kind of hard to say with those two kind of sharing targets. Deontay Johnson's still kind of getting back in the feel of things. Now, Connor Calavan gave up Nico Collins. I know he's been trying to give him up for a while. Nico Collins has had a very solid year to start. I think he's kind of taken a little bit of a downslope these past couple weeks. Just a little bit. I mean, 10's not bad, but it's not great either. So, and Josh Jacobs going to Jace's team now. Jace is now loaded with running backs. He's got Kamara, Josh Jacobs, and Christian McCaffrey. So, very dangerous running back core for Jace now. Let's see. We also had Jerome Ford for Dameon Pierce, even trade as well. Dameon Pierce, he's kind of going on the downtrend with Devin Singletary starting to take some of his carries and is actually leading the backfield, leading in snaps and stuff compared to Dameon Pierce, so that's a little bit concerning. Jerome Ford, on the other hand, did get hurt. He's doubtful. Not too sure when he's going to be healthy again, but he did have a solid outing this last upcoming week. Low grade, high right ankle sprain, and they're saying 1 to 2 weeks for him. So when he comes back, I think he'll still be the number one running back there. Kareem Hunt has actually trended in the right direction lately. And actually, speaking of Kareem Hunt, we did have another trade too. Where is that at? Why did it not go to the second page? Okay. This trade was a little bit of more of a toss-up for me. Ezekiel Elliott and Kareem Hunt, who have both had decent outings these past couple weeks. Elliott starting to trend in the right direction. He's getting more carries. Well, I wouldn't say he's getting more carries, but he's found the end zone the past 2 games. So giving him some more points every week. My allergies are really bad, so I apologize if my voice sounds a little hoarse. And then Kareem Hunt the past 2 weeks, 14 and 15. So with just the timing of this trade, yes, it is even. I don't like the trade personally for Burt. I know he is weak at running back, and that's why he made the trade, so I don't blame him for going after it. Javonte Williams, I mean, he's just been very average this year. He hasn't really done much. I personally would have not given up Rashee Rice just because I love Rashee Rice. I think he's going to be he's going to probably definitely be Mahomes' favorite target other than Travis Kelce coming up at the end of the year. So I don't know. That trade's a little iffy for me. I think Crew definitely won that trade for sure. But anyways, we do have a couple waiver wire things that happened as well. Carson added Jerick McKinnon, Michael Gallup. Crew dropped Rondale Moore, picked up Njoku. Let's see. Jace added Traylon Burks. He added Robert Woods. Derek Carr, Bryce picked him up, dropped Jeff Wilson because Jeff Wilson just looked like he wasn't even involved in that offense. Carson got McCall Hardman. Let's see. Yeah, just a lot of waiver pickups. Kenneth Gainwell, he did have that touchdown late in the game, but he only dropped 7. I mean, I think DeAndre Swift is for sure still going to lead that backward field regardless. Taysom Hill, he's had a solid past couple weeks. Bryce went ahead and picked him up, so I don't mind that if you need a tight end spot. I went ahead and picked up Kendrick Bourne, dropped Marvin Mims. I hate dropping an OU guy, but, I mean, let's just look at his numbers the past couple weeks. He's dropped negative numbers in the past 4 games, and then a 0. He's just not involved enough in this offense, and it's very disappointing because he has the talent. I don't get why they don't get him involved more. I don't know. But I went ahead and picked up Kendrick Bourne since he's had a solid past couple weeks, 13 and 14, because our offense is starting to look a little bit better now. So, but yeah, there's just a couple good pickups. Dalton Kincaid had a big week. That's a good pickup for Carson. All right. Let's go ahead and go through these scoreboards, shall we? Give me one sec. Need to send this link into Bryce real quick. Okay. All right, that should be sent in now. Yeah. All right, cool. Yep, should be good now. All right, first matchup I'm going to go through is Chance versus Bryce. So, this was a... Oh, actually, never mind. Sorry, these are matchups. All right, let's go to week 7. All right, so first matchup I'm going to go through that we had this last week was Tuck versus Carson. Very low score outing once again. looking at Carson's team, very surprised Joshua Dobbs outperformed Justin Fields this week. I was not expecting that whatsoever, but Justin Fields was struggling against this Kansas City defense. Jerome Ford had a big game for Carson, but Bijan Robinson, this was another thing coming in this week that was very odd, was the Robinson situation. Basically, I guess he had an illness. I guess he had the illness during the game, and so he just wasn't feeling good, and so he just didn't end up playing at all hardly, and it was just very odd. We don't really have that happen a lot. Have they really came out with anything? I mean, it's saying he's questionable now. I don't really know what this illness is, but I wouldn't be too concerned. He'll probably play this next upcoming week, but that was very odd. His wide receivers did not perform well either Devontae Smith and Keenan Allen. Jonnu Smith didn't have a good week. Gabe Davis had a horrible week. So he just had a lot of bad play from his wide receivers. We'll go to Tuck's side. James Cook and honestly, the kicker and the Browns defense carried the load for him because his wide receivers didn't perform well as well. Raheem Mostert had a down week. Another zero bomb from Cole Kmet. Sky Moore didn't play good. Curtis Samuel had a bad game. Really, just the bye weeks hurt you, but either way, you still got the win. So, very, very. It's not common to win when you only put up 81 points. So, Tuck, you got to take advantage of those wins and just move on. Tuck is now 4-3, and now Carson's 2-5. Next up, we got Dylan versus Kyle. Dylan, man, going in the right direction right now. Dylan is now coming off another win this week. Looking at his running backs played great. Very shocked by Najee Harris' performance. He actually ended up getting in the end zone this game. He got 14 carries for 53 yards, 3.8 average. I mean, that's a little bit better than what we've seen. Definitely got involved in the passing game more too. Jalen Waddle and Christian Watson both had down weeks. Hawkinson had a great week. Drake London didn't do that well. Not really high on Najee Harris or Drake London for the rest of the year, but they had a great. But Najee Harris had a good week. So really, man, Josh Downs on your bench with 21. Yeah, Josh Downs is trending in the right direction for sure. I do like Josh Downs a lot into this offense. I mean, obviously Michael Pittman, I think, still number one there, but I don't know. Josh Downs is really looking good for a rookie. He's definitely stepping up. Just the past 3 weeks, 21, 10, and 12. You'll take that from a rookie wide receiver any day. Now we'll check out Kyle's team, man. I know he hasn't been happy about his team lately. He's been very frustrated. Just completely understandable. Fantasy can be very frustrating sometimes. I mean, you made the right plays on who to start. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried, Kyle. I mean, you didn't have CeeDee Lamb or Derrick Henry this week. You didn't have your best wide receiver, so that hurt you. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say Kenneth Walker disappointed. So did Tua. That's probably why you lost this week. Tua just didn't put up the numbers he's been putting up this year. That Philly defense is very tough. So that's the one trend that we've seen with Miami. When Miami plays really good defenses, they're not really scoring the ball as much. We saw that against Buffalo. We saw that against Philly now. So that's something I would always monitor, but I would keep Tua always in your lineup as possible. Dylan is now 3-4, so Dylan is moving back up. Kyle is now downtrending. He's now 2-5. So next up, we got Bert versus Seth. Blowout for Bert. Bert's team went off this week. Seth's team, just another subpar performance. I mean, we're looking down the line. His running backs didn't play great. His wide receivers played great, but he didn't get nothing hardly from the flex, nothing from the kicker, nothing from the Saints defense. Really, the running backs is what hurt Seth the most this week. Joe Burrow being out too, and T. Higgins being out it's kind of hurt him as well. Justin Jefferson, I mean, we'll see when he comes back. I'm not really too sure yet. They're saying 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know. I mean, you're really going to need him to come back if you want your team to be playing at full force, but it's going to be a few weeks until that happens. Burt, man. Burt's team has been really good. A.J. Brown has just been a monster this year. Finally had a great game from Jahmyr Gibbs. I have Jahmyr Gibbs in another league. You don't know how happy I was to see him finally produce. With this David Montgomery injury, we were expecting him to lead this backfield, and he did a great job at it. Keep monitoring him because probably at some point he will be coming back, and him and Jahmyr Gibbs will probably split the backfield, but I don't know. I just hope they get Jahmyr Gibbs more involved. I mean, what was the reason why he was a first-round pick for them, you know? Lamar Jackson with an absolute monster game, too. Jordan Addison as well. He just had some monster games from players compared to Seth's team, and that's why he got the win. I mean, Lamar Jackson dropping 40 with 3 touchdowns, 9 carries, 36 yards, and a rushing touchdown as well. I mean, what a game for him. Looking at the bench, I mean, he doesn't have Rashee Rice or Javonte Williams anymore, but he now will have more running backs to choose from coming in to start. But yeah, man, I mean, what a great week. Jordan Addison's going to have a field day with Justin Jefferson being out. So Bird is now 5-2, and Seth is now 2-5. So, all right, let's see here. Give me one sec, boys. All right, next up we got Andy and Connor Calavan. Very low-scoring outing. Once again, we had a lot of low-scoring outings in some of these games, just a lot of close ones. This one was a very close game. Baker Mayfield had a pretty decent game for his projection. Darrell Henderson. So, yeah, very beat up at running back, obviously. He didn't have Tony Pollard this week. He started 2 Rams running backs, so I'm very shocked that he ended up getting the win out of this with starting 2 of the Rams running backs, which we didn't know which one was going to carry the load coming in, and Darrell Henderson ended up having the better game. Wide receivers didn't play great. Darren Waller had a very good game. Darren Waller's starting to show up for this Giants offense. He has now put up 19, 6, 12. I feel like he's definitely getting more involved. Marquise Brown, disappointing game for him. But I'll tell you what, when Kyler Murray comes back, that is his favorite target, and Marquise Brown is going to excel more in the offense. So I'm kind of excited to see how that goes once Kyler Murray comes back. But yeah, overall, did enough to get the win. Connor Calavan's team just did not do anything. Once again, another disappointing week for his running backs. Austin Eckler didn't do anything. Josh Jacobs didn't do anything. I mean, ever since Eckler came back from that injury, 8-5. So, I mean, he's definitely – I don't know if he still has a lingering injury or what, but he hasn't been playing that well. His wide receivers surprisingly played good this week. Other than that, yeah, just the running backs hurt you, man. Sam Howell didn't do that well either. I don't know. Cam Akers, he finally, I mean, this is his best outing he's had so far. Most carries he's had in this offense so far, so we'll see how that goes. All right. Connor's now 3-4. Andy is 5-2 now, so we got quite a few 5-2s in our league now. Next up, we got Chance and Crew. Chance's team getting the load carried by ETN, Josh Allen, Travis Kelce. Wide receivers, Christian Kirk had a great Thursday night. Zay Flowers did okay. Yeah, I mean, Chance's team is deadly. ETN has had a monster year. Josh Allen's just doing Josh Allen things. Travis Kelce, you know what he's going to do every week, being that favorite target. I mean, A projection of 14.8 for a tight end is just unreal. And, I mean, it makes sense because that's obviously Mahomes' favorite target, and Kelsey is just excelling. Tony had a very disappointing game. Yeah, Jamal Williams did come back. I did not know that. Only put up 1 point. Now with Crew, wide receivers did not perform well. Didn't get anything from your kicker. Negative on the 49ers defense, which was a shocker. Yeah, I mean, the running backs played great. Jonathan Taylor, I think, obviously is taking control of this backfield now, so he's starting to play very well. Jalen Hurts played good. Kareem Hunt played well. Now, no Kareem Hunt for you. No more Ezekiel Elliott as well, but you do have Breece Hall. You do have Jonathan Taylor. Khalil Herbert's on IR, but he will be back at some point. I mean, you have A-Chain too, so God, yeah. Crew's running backs look really good right now. Crew's team, obviously, beginning of the year, we were questioning it. I have no questions over it anymore. His team is looking really good. So, Cruz did take the L, unfortunately, this week. He's 2-5 now. I wouldn't be too worried, Crew. Your team looks great. I think you're going to get some wins these next couple weeks. You just took on Onslaught and Chance's team. Chance is now 4-3. Let's see. We got Bryce versus Jack next up. This was the matchup of the week in my eyes, just because these were two of the teams that didn't play well last year, and now this year they're both at the top. Jack, great week Deontay Foreman was the big shocker for you this week. What a week for him. 3 touchdowns. I wouldn't expect that every week. I mean, Deontay Foreman is going to be definitely leading this backfield. But Rashawn Johnson's coming back, so it might end up being more of a split backfield than you think. Rashawn Johnson didn't have a bad start to the year until he got hurt. Cooper Kupp with a disappointing game. I was not expecting Cooper Kupp to not perform that well, but just a very subpar performance for him. Jacoby Myers. God, do I love Jacoby Myers right now, man. I was a little worried coming in with him just because there's no Jimmy Garoppolo, but man, what a week, bro. Or just what a season in general for Jacoby. I mean, he hasn't put up a game that I was disappointed in other than week 4. Every other week he's done great. So, good week for Jacoby. Really just nothing from the flex Darius Slayton, but he didn't have Debo. You got Joe Mixon was on bye, James Conner on IR, which he could be coming back this week. We'll see. But anyways, going to Bryce's team, another good week we were expecting Stephon Diggs and Amon-Ra to perform well, and they did. Stephon Diggs didn't meet his projection, but it's all good. I mean, Rashad White and Pacheco played great too. Pacheco didn't meet his projection either. Ayuk got involved very early, and then after that he just kind of dipped out. I mean, I'm not mad at Bryce's team this week. I don't think they played that bad. It was just unfortunate that Deontay Foreman had such a big week, which was unexpected. So, Jack is now 6-1, top of SGS right now, and then Bryce goes to 4-3. All right, this is the last matchup of the week. It was me and Jace. It really all started off with Kamara dropping 23 on his flex, and I was just kind of already worried already. Mark Andrews had a big game too, just because Baltimore excelled against Detroit's defense that week. McCaffrey had a great game. Madison did okay. Madison played like shit, let's be honest. Puka played good. Matthew Stafford did okay. Really, what hurt my team was, obviously, I didn't get anything from the Bills' defense. I didn't get nothing from Brett Meyer. He actually just got kicked off the team, so now I have a different kicker now. I made the wrong choice on who to start. I should have started Gus Edwards, apparently, because he dropped 20 on my bench. Either way, it would have not mattered. I'm not disappointed in my wide receivers. My wide receivers played great. I was a little disappointed in DeAndre Swift. I mean, I was happy with Ramondre Stevenson at least meeting his projection. Then Mahomes had a field day, so just unfortunate. I mean, I just didn't get nothing from my flex tight end, any of that, just to help me get some extra points and maybe somehow pull out a win. But Jace's team just looked better this week, and I was worried coming in, and I'll give props to Jace for the dub this week. Good win for him. His team's looking great. And now he's made even bigger moves in his running back room. His running back core is insane now. So, wide receiver-wise, it looks like he's going to have to start Godwin and Nico Collins now. So now the wide receiver room for Jace is looking a little weaker now. But these running backs that he has are nasty. So he's definitely taken a new approach to the fantasy season, and it so far is paying out for him. So, all right, boys, let's go ahead and go check out Week 8 projections now. All right, first off, it's going to be Bryce versus Chance. We got a little bit of a close matchup here according to projections. Let's see, any bye weeks in effect? No bye weeks in effect for anyone, so everyone's team is at full force this week. Josh Allen over Purdy, for sure. I would take Josh Allen all day. Give me ETN over Rachaad White. I think ETN's going to have another big game, but even though they're taking a pretty tough Pittsburgh defense, pretty tough defensive linebackers. Give me Isaiah Pacheco over Latavius Murray. Yes, Latavius Murray is going to be getting more involved in the offense with Damian Harris being out, but obviously that is still James Cook's backfield. Give me Diggs over Kirk. Give me Amon-Ra over Zay Flowers. Give me Kelsey over Schultz. Ayuk over Hopkins, I would say. Yeah. David Montgomery's questionable too, so definitely monitor this. You're definitely going to need to start him over Murray if he ends up being healthy, ready to go. Don't really look like you need to make any lineup changes. Your lineups look good right now. Looking at Bryce's team, lineup-wise, so Jerome Ford being doubtful definitely kind of hurts your running back room, but I wouldn't be too worried with Rachaad White and Pacheco. I don't really see any moves you should change. I think you're good to go, man. This is a toss-up. Chance has been playing out of his mind lately. Bryce's team coming off that loss. Give me Chance's team this week. I just think with Kelsey going against Denver, Josh Allen has been playing very well these past few weeks. I mean, ETN hasn't really had a down game in a while. I mean, you could say week 4, but 31, 21, 21, crazy. Wow. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Chance this week on this matchup. It's going to be very close, though. I think this one might be the closest matchup of the week. Next up, we got Jack versus Connor. All right, well, Kirk Cousins and Dak, who would I take? Ooh, I don't know. This one's a toss-up. I'll go kind of lean towards more Kirk's side. Joe Mixon or Austin Eckler? I don't know what's been going on with Eckler since he came back. Joe Mixon's taking on a tough San Francisco defense. Give me Eckler. Madison or Deontay Foreman? This is another tough one, bro. I might say Deontay Foreman just because of the matchup against the Chargers, and he had a big week coming up. Give me Kupp over Terry McLaurin all day. Give me Puka over Jacoby Myers. Goddard or Evan Ingram. This is another tough one. Give me Goddard. Deontay Johnson or A.J. Dillon. Fuck. Yeah, these are some tough ones right here. I don't know about this one. This one's a toss-up, man. I mean, A.J. Dillon with Aaron Jones being back, he did score 10. Deontay Johnson, his first game back, scored 10. I mean, it's super even on that. So, is Deebo Samuel already ruled out? Yeah, Deebo Samuel's already ruled out. That sucks. Let's look at James Conner real quick. When was he put on IR? Okay, well, James Conner, I mean, he's not coming back this week. I apologize. I didn't realize it's been only 2 or 3 weeks, but Yeah, Miles Sanders coming back. Joshua Palmer on the bench. Yeah, there's some toss-ups for Connor Caliban on who he's starting, but I think it's the right move. I'm gonna go with damn, dude, this one's hard. This is another close matchup, man. Give me Connor's team. Give me Connor's team this week. I don't know. I feel like Connor's new Revolve team might end up playing very well. We'll see. I'm going to go ride with him this week. All right, Crew versus Seth. 2-5 teams right here going against each other. Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow. Give me Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is questionable. What's he dealing with? It says it's something with his knee, but it doesn't look like it's even concerning whatsoever. Give me Jonathan Taylor over Aaron Jones. Give me Breece Hall over Brian Robinson. Mike Evans or DJ Moore. I don't know about this one. Give me DJ Moore. Rashee Rice or Cortland Sutton. Give me Rashee Rice against Denver for sure. Give me George Kittle over Logan Thomas. T. Higgins or Javonte Williams. Ooh, I don't know. Javonte's been so average this year. T. Higgins hasn't really. He had one breakout game. That was it. Give me T. I don't know. I guess give me T. Higgins. Bench-wise, making the right starts for sure. Making the right starts on Seth's side as well. Give me Crew's team this week. Jace versus Carson. All right, so Stafford or Lawrence. Give me Lawrence. I'm going to take this shot. I have no creamer currently, so I'm literally just taking a straight espresso shot, so this is about to be rough as fuck, but disgusting. Ugh. All right. McCaffrey over Bijan. Josh Jacobs over Dameon Pierce. Keenan Allen over Godwin. Ooh, Devontae Smith or Nico. Dude, Devontae Smith has been so disappointing, but I love the matchup for Devontae Smith this week. Give me Devontae. Give me Mark Andrews over Kincaid still. Kamara over Gabe Davis. Jace's team is looking solid. Very solid. Give me Jace this week. Zay Jones is most likely going to be coming back, so that might help out your team a little bit. I'm very intrigued with McCall Hardman, too, being on the Chiefs now. I think he'll get involved. But give me Jace's team this week. Jace's team just looks overall better. All right, Dylan versus Connor. All right, Dylan, you're running on the hot train right now, taking on Tuck, who's also been getting some wins lately as well. This one will be a pretty good matchup. Tuck is projected to win. Give me Herbert over Goff this week. Saquon or James Cook. I'll take Saquon, even though he's got a little bit of a tough matchup. I think Saquon's still the better running back. Najee Harris or Raheem Mostert. Give me Mostert. A-Chain, when he comes back, though, it's going to be a little interesting to see how it goes. Give me Jamar Chase over Jalen Waddle. Give me Thielen over Watson. Hawkinson over Kmet. Give me Olave over Drake London, if Olave plays, which he should. Got DK Metcalf questionable here on your bench. I am not mad at you for keeping him on the bench. You're very deep at wide receiver, so DK is been hurt, so we'll see if he even plays. Honestly, Dylan, in my mind, I don't know. I might ride with Josh Downs again this week over Drake London. We'll see. Deshaun Watson's questionable, but I probably would still start Jared Goff. I'm not a big Deshaun Watson guy at all. Give me Tuck this week. I think his wide receivers play very well, and I think that's what will get him the dub. And I think Herbert will play very well too. Next up, we got Kyle versus versus Burt. Now, this is... What the fuck? Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with Kyle's team currently. This is very interesting. Obviously, give me Burt's team this week if this is what's going on. I mean, shit, if you're only starting the Dolphins defense, then all right. Burt's getting a free win this week. So, man, is Kyle already conceding the flag? I don't know. I mean, this is pretty funny. 96% chance for Burt to win. Fuck yeah. Okay, so let's just act like this isn't happening. Obviously, Tua starting. You're probably going to start Kenneth Walker. Obviously going to start Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb. Flex-wise, I don't really know who you would start at flex. Maybe Jamison Williams, maybe Tyler Algier, maybe Romeo Dobbs. I don't know. But, yeah, I know. This is pretty funny. What's up, Turtle Juice? How you doing, kid? I guess just give me Burt this week. Shit, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is weird. It's got to be the fantasy football app for sure. I don't know what's going on, but damn, maybe Kyle's already waving the white flag. Shit. I mean, he's definitely been down bad lately. So shit. I mean, bro, Kyle, the thing about you, yeah, you're 2-5, man, but you just, man, you gotta just ride with your team, bro. And also the other thing is too, there's this thing called trading. If you're not happy with your players, go and trade them, man. We got trading for a reason. I don't even know if you've made a chance to trade your team out yet. If you're not happy with how your players are performing, go and sell them, and then see if you can buy anyone low from any other players. I mean, you can trade with me. I'm always interested in some trades. So, all right, now last matchup of the week is going to be me and Andy. I'm ready to get Andy on a loss column. I need some production from my players. Give me Mahomes over C.J. Stroud all day. I'll definitely say Tony Pollard over Stevenson for sure, but DeAndre Swift definitely over Darrell Henderson. I don't know what's going on with Darrell Henderson. Supposedly he was put back on the practice squad. Let's see. Is he still on? Yeah, I mean, he was put back on the practice squad, which is very interesting after having a good week. I don't really know what's going on with that. But obviously Darrell Henderson knows this offense more than the other running backs that were involved. Give me Tyreek Hill over Garrett Wilson. Amari Cooper or George Pickens? This one's a toss-up. I honestly want to ride with George Pickens because Amari Cooper's been very down. He did have 12, 2, 21, 12, 5. Now we'll go look at Pickens real quick. The past 2 weeks he's had 13 and 23. So give me Pickens for sure. Gus Edwards or Marquise Brown? Give me... this one's a toss-up. I mean, it just depends on how Gus Edwards plays. I mean, he's leading the backfield right now. I don't know. I might make a change in my lineup sometime this week. We'll see. You got to give me my chance, bro. I think I'm definitely going to win this week. If I don't win this week, I'll flip shit. Darren Waller over Luke Musgrave. I forgot to say that because Luke Musgrave's been average. I mean, Green Bay's offense has not looked good. So, but hopefully I'll get the dub this week. Andy, I hope you're fucking ready because I've been talking hella shit to my guys, especially fucking the Bills defense. They're pissing me off. Brett Meyer, get him the fuck out of here. I mean, this motherfucker puts -2 points. He deserves to get out of here. Jackson Smith and Jimba on the bench. He's on my bench right now currently because there's a chance that DK comes back. I'm very high on him towards the end of the year, though. I really do think he's got a lot of talent, man. I mean, who would I start over him? I mean, do you think I start him over Gus Edwards this week? Because I'm definitely keeping Tyreek and Pickens in. I mean, they both have performed very well for me. So, I mean, the only change I would make is flex. I don't know. We'll see. We'll kind of monitor it. I would say if DK's out, I think if DK's out, I'm probably going to start Jackson Smith over Gus Edwards. I mean, I'm just kind of riding off the train that Gus Edwards. I had him on my bench last week, man, and he put up 20. So either way, it would have not gotten me the win, but I think I got to ride with Gus Edwards. I don't know. That's just what my gut feeling is. I mean, he's been very average this year otherwise. So, I mean, look, 5, 5, 4, 5. I just hope he doesn't put up another 5 for my flex because really flex is what's been hurting me this year. I mean, Zach Moss did really, really well for me in the flex. I mean, he dropped 32-14, but he had 32 when I had him on my bench. I've just been making the wrong plays, dude. I don't know. I think maybe I'm just overthinking shit. I have no idea, but this will be a good matchup, though, man. I'm kind of stoked for it. So, all right, let's go check out the standings. All right, so we got some 5 and 2s. We got a 6 and 1. Obviously, Jack's at the top still. Bert and Andy are at the top still. We got some people trending up, including Dylan, who is now 3 and 4, not at the bottom anymore. Tuck's trending up too. He's 4 and 3 now. Bryce has trended down a little bit. I've trended down a little bit. Kyle is definitely trend down. Cruz trending down. Seth is. Carson is. Right now, let's see. Who's still put up the most points in our league? It looks like I have still, surprisingly. But I think Jace is catching up for sure. Jace's team has been putting up some big performances lately. I've also give up 803. So, I mean, I've definitely given up a lot of points compared to some of these other guys. But, I mean, I haven't given up as much points as Kyle. I mean, holy shit. 871 is crazy. So, yeah, Kyle. I think Kyle's just had some teams just go off on him. And, I mean, that's just fantasy, man. Let's see. Final standing projections real quick, boys. Let's look. All right. I know. I hate to be going down on Kyle, man, but damn, I mean, he just has to realize that. Fuck, man. These teams are putting up so many points on him. He's just been so unlucky, man, and that's all it is. All right, so Jack has projected 1, obviously. His team is looking very good, but I don't want to say Jack's a fraud, but I mean, his team is just let's look. All right, I need to go back and look at Jack's team real quick. 124, 103, 128. 47 that week. Holy shit. 133, 107, and 106. Yeah. So Jack's team's just been very consistent. He did what week was that? We literally just saw it. Was it week 4? Yeah, it was week 4. Week 4 he put up 47 again, which was might be one of the worst outings of the year. All right, let's go back to the standings. I don't know. Jack's team, he's going to be up there for sure. He's definitely, I mean, obviously his record speaks for himself. The reason why I'm a little hesitant on saying he's going to win the league is just because his projection every week is just kind of, it's not higher than some of the other people's projections, I would say. He also has some players that I'm not too high on. We could just start from running backs. I mean, these are handcuffs. Both of them are, obviously. Joe Mixon has had a down year. wide receiver wise, Cooper Kupp helped his team tremendously. With James Conner coming back, that'll definitely help him. But I don't know, man. I just don't expect. I don't know how this team is going to look towards the end of the year. So, yeah, Jack's definitely up at the top right now, and he's riding that momentum. So, but yeah, I mean, ESPN thinks he's going to win it all. So, I don't know, man. That's tough. All right, let's go back. Bert's 2. Bert's team's been playing out of his mind. Andy's team is 3. 4 is Chance. 5 is Tuck. 6 is... I'm tripping. Where is 6 at? Oh, there it is. Jay. 7. Bryce. 8 is me. 9, Connor Calavan. 10, Dylan. 11, Crew. 12, where is 12 at? Oh, Kyle. 13, Carson. 14, Seth. So, Seth is still projected to be last in our league just because, obviously, the injuries have been hurting him. We'll see how he plays these next couple weeks. But yeah, Bert's trending in the right direction. So is Andy, and so is Connor Calavan. So, big jump for Connor Calavan because he was projected last at one point. So, man. Yeah, my team is just still like middle ground right now. Alrighty. If y'all are in the chat right now, boys, is there anything else that y'all want me to talk about? We could go through the NFL games, check them out this week, see what games we got going on. Thursday night game, we got Tampa Bay and Buffalo. Give me Buffalo at home. Yeah, Buffalo just came off the loss to the Patriots, which I was happy about. I was shocked by that. But give me Buffalo. I think Buffalo will bounce back. Man, Rams, Dallas. This will actually be a pretty good game. I like this game a lot. I think Dallas at home. Give me Dallas. Just because the running backs at Los Angeles are a little iffy right now. Yeah, Buffalo is struggling on the offensive side, which is very, very concerning for some reason. I mean, they have the players to play well, but New England just played a really good game. I mean, Minnesota at Green Bay. Minnesota coming off the win against the 49ers. I mean, what a big game for them. Minnesota's trending in the right direction. Give me Minnesota. Green Bay's trending in the wrong direction. Atlanta at Tennessee. This one's a toss-up. I could care fucking less about both of these teams, to be honest with you. But give me Tennessee, since they're coming back on bye week. Indianapolis and New Orleans. This is a toss-up game too, man. Indy's been playing decent. They did just come up off a loss to the Jaguars. But Minshew had a pretty good game. I mean, he did have some turnovers, but he did, fantasy-wise, went off. Give me I don't know. That one's tough, man. What do y'all think on that game, on the Saints and Indy? I'd probably go with Indy. I'll go with Indy. New England and Miami. I want to say Miami for sure. It's at home. I don't really know, man. Because, I mean, New England played so good last week, and I want New England to win. Fuck! But, I mean, yeah, the thing is Miami's just, they might have a field day against us. So, I mean, I'll ride with Miami. Yeah, the Patriots defense did look good last week, man. And, I mean, we played good against, yeah. We'll see. New York versus New York. Is Daniel Jones coming back? If Daniel Jones is coming back, then I would say I'm going to ride with the Giants. Jacksonville at Pittsburgh. Give me... damn, this one's a tough one too, man. Shit. We got some good matchups this week. Honestly, dude, I'll take Pittsburgh. I honestly really like Pittsburgh, man. Tyrod Taylor better than Daniel Jones right now. Tyrod Taylor had a good week last week. They only put up 14 points, so their defense honestly carried the load. Tyrod Taylor didn't have a good, strong week the week before. Tyrod Taylor does love him some Waller, that's for sure. That's what's worrying me about our matchup this week is Waller could have like a Kelsey game at some point. I mean, Darren Waller's got the talent to do that. Give me. I want to take Pittsburgh, man. I'm not sold on Jacksonville. I'm really not. Philly at Washington. Give me Philly. I think Washington's on the downtrend right now. This is another good game right here. Houston at Carolina. I want to say Houston for sure, but it is at Carolina. Carolina just doesn't look that good this year in my eyes. Cleveland at Seattle. This one's going to be a good game too, man. Fuck. What do y'all think on this matchup? Cleveland at Seattle. Deshaun Watson is probably going to play. I want to say Seattle, but God, Cleveland's defense is so nasty. Myles Garrett had probably one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. And they barely won against the Colts, dude. 39-38. Oof. I agree. I think Cleveland's defense is just raw. Kansas City at Denver. Give me Kansas City, dude. I'm taking any team that plays Denver. The edge, obviously. Denver is just a shit show. I mean, you would think that this year that Denver would at least go like on an uptrend. Because, I mean, now they have a Super Bowl winning coach. But Russell Wilson he's just average now, man. They don't have any good running game. Their running game has been horrible all year. Cortland Sutton is really the only player in fantasy that is intriguing right now on that team. Jerry Jeudy's been a disappointment. Javonte Williams has been a disappointment. I don't know. Baltimore at Arizona, give me Baltimore. Baltimore, I think, is going to keep running that hot train. But Arizona keeps it close with the majority of teams they play. Well, it feels like they do. It feels like that they keep it close every game, until kind of towards the end. But yeah, I mean, I think Arizona's tanking, to be honest with you. I don't know. Like, this is another thing about Arizona, too, is, like, if they do end up tanking, they don't need a QB. I mean, unless they believe in Kyler. I mean, there's a chance that they might trade him. I don't know. I just don't think you trade Kyler Murray. Cincinnati at San Francisco. I know this one's a tough one, too, because San Francisco hasn't played well the past couple weeks. Brock Purdy's looked average. He's starting to look like what he looked like in college. Cincy, I mean, dude, do they need a win? I mean, they've definitely had a slow start to the season. Health was obviously a reason for that. Oh, man, I don't know about this one, man. Do you think San Francisco loses 3 straight after looking like the best team in the NFL? I don't know, man. Give me San Francisco. Chicago, Los Angeles. Give me Los Angeles. I know, yeah, they haven't looked great either these past couple weeks. Well, they didn't look good last week for sure. Yeah, I mean they lost to the Cowboys too. They just haven't been putting up points, man. That's really the only issue. But give me Los Angeles. I mean Herbert should outplay Tyson Badgett for sure. Unless Justin Fields comes back. I don't know if he is or not, but. And then the Monday night games, the Vegas and Detroit. Detroit had a very disappointing game last week. Vegas lost. I mean, give me Detroit. I mean, I think Detroit just had a fluke game last week. I think they're gonna play good this next upcoming week. I don't like Vegas at all. I think Josh McDaniels is a joke of a fucking coach. I don't like him at all. So yeah, give me Detroit for that game for sure. So yeah, there's all the NFL matchups we got. Let's see. Shut up, cough drop. Get out of here. Are you off work yet? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll go over college games. I don't mind doing that. All right, which games look intriguing to me? All right, so we start off with the 11 a.m. kickoffs. Obviously, OU's taking on Kansas. As an OU fan, definitely a little bit worried coming in. Jalen Daniels is already ruled out, so Jason Bean is going to start for Kansas this week. I mean, OU played UCF. UCF's a lot of a tougher team than. All right, well, you need to get off, cough drop. I want to ride with OU, obviously. I mean, they're my guys. I think we're talented enough to beat them. But yeah, Jalen Daniels being out is huge. Yeah, it's huge for sure. Because it would be I'd be more worried if he was playing. So. Penn State at Indiana. Penn State will win that game. Indiana's a joke. Florida State should beat Wake Forest. Let's see. Any other intriguing matchups? Let's do, we can do Big 12 too. Houston at Kansas State. I think Kansas State gets that win, but Houston had a really good game against Texas last week. So I want to still ride with Kansas State. Kansas State, I believe, made a change at QB. They're starting a younger guy now. I guess he played good last week. West Virginia at UCF. Give me UCF. I know West Virginia played decent against OSU, but UCF looked good against us, man. Their QB's really good. OU better beat Kansas for show. Yeah, so Georgia at Florida. Georgia should win that game for show. Oregon at Utah. This might be. I think that might be the game of the week, right? I'm gonna ride with Oregon. I mean, yeah, Utah looks really good, but it just it really hurts Utah not having Cam Rising, man, and he's out for the year. So I definitely want to go with Oregon just because their offense is so high powered. I don't think Utah stops it. BYU at Texas. BYU's offense is horrible. Texas did not look good offensively with what's their QB's name, man? Oh my God! I literally just remembered it, dude. I can't remember his name. But I mean, Texas is just they're on the downtrend with Cam Ewers being out for sure. I don't think BYU beats them. The BYU is not good. Duke at Louisville. I love Louisville and Duke both. I think they both have really good teams this year. That one's a toss-up. Maybe Louisville since it's at home. USC at California. I mean, I'm honestly shocked USC is still ranked. Don't y'all agree? I don't know why USC's still ranked. I mean, they're going to beat Cali. Cali sucks. So USC should 100% win this game. But, I mean, we've looked at USC's games this year, dude. A lot of them have been close. I mean, let's look real quick. I mean, obviously, yeah, they blew out the teams that they're supposed to blow out. But, I mean, let's look at these other close games, man. Somewhat close. I mean, it was closer than it felt in this game for sure. Close. L. And, I mean, look at this. This is the other thing, too. USC has Washington, Oregon, and UCLA to end the year. They're not beating Washington. They're not beating Oregon. Their defense is not stopping either one of those offenses. And those are two of the best high-powered offenses in college football right now. There's no fucking way, man. UCLA, they could even lose that game. I don't think they beat any ranked teams this year. I think they just win the games that are, average teams or worse. Yeah, I mean, Lincoln Riley deserves it, so fuck him. Washington at Stanford. Washington's going to win this game. Stanford sucks. Let's be honest. Air Force at Colorado State. Air Force is a hell of a team this year, man. High-powered offense, passing game. They almost have like a air raid offense, dude. They are nasty. But Colorado State's tough, man, and it's at Colorado State. I love Colorado State's team. Yeah, I mean, did they win last week? They didn't. They lost to UNLV. I mean, I like Colorado State's team. I feel like they're like the best 3-4 team this year. I don't know. That's going to be a tough game for Air Force. Tennessee at Kentucky. This one's going to be a good game too, man. I don't mind. I'm not a... Kentucky lost to Missouri and Georgia recently. Started the year off 5-0. So they're coming off 2 losses. Tennessee, they played good to start that game. Man, did they choke against Alabama. Dude, I'm a ride with Tennessee. Ohio State should beat Wisconsin. Ole Miss at Vanderbilt. Ole Miss will win that. How about this game? UCLA and Colorado. I mean, obviously it's fun watching Colorado this year. Looks like Deion Sanders is rocking with the beard now and all that. It's pretty cool. I would expect UCLA to win this game, but Colorado, I mean, you just never know. Yeah, any other intriguing games, really? I mean, that's pretty much it. Did I miss any Big 12 matchups? Iowa State at Baylor. That one's going to be close. That one will definitely be close. Yeah. Yeah, college football is going to be great this week, man. It is going to be good. It's going to be really good. Oh, shit, yeah. OSU? Oh, yeah, OSU's playing. I'm tripping. I forgot about it. I didn't even see this one. How about Ollie Gordon, man? I mean, puts up one of the best performances I've ever seen by a running back in one game. In one quarter. That fourth quarter was fucking insane. I mean, let's just talk about the Big 12 for a second. I mean, let's see. Where? Where can I look at the standings for the Big 12? There we go. All right, standings for the Big 12 right here. So, yeah, OSU's playing Cincinnati. I think OSU wins that game at home. Cincinnati's not that good. I mean, obviously, they are 0-4 in our conference. Yeah. This is what's interesting right now is obviously OU's at the top. We would expect OU to make the Big 12 championship this year. But who's going to be the second team? I mean, it's a toss-up right now. I mean, everyone thinks it's going to be Texas, but this injury is really going to hurt Texas. OSU could fill that slot up, which is crazy. Imagine OU versus OSU Big 12 championship to end the year. I mean, that would be pretty crazy. Iowa State has done very well in conference this year, but we will say that Iowa State has had a pretty easy schedule so far when it comes to conference. I mean, obviously they got blown out by OU. That was a big win against OSU that they had on their resume right there. So that they have that over OSU already. They did beat TCU. They did beat Cincinnati, and now they're coming up playing Baylor next. I don't believe in Iowa State's team at all, so I don't think they'll make the Big 12. Kansas State's team is a little intriguing. They did just win 41-3 against TCU, so and then 38-21 against Tech after that loss to OSU. So OSU does have the upper hand on Kansas State with that. We could check out Texas real quick. I mean, Texas is playing BYU, Kansas State, TCU, Iowa State, Tech. So you would expect them to win out, but after that close game against Houston, man, I don't know, man. Malik Murphy, that's who it is. That's his name. Yeah, Big 12 is a toss-up right now, man. But yeah, I mean, we'll see, dude. It's hard to say right now who's going to be the second team in. It really is. Big 12 is just up in the air right now. So, but you would expect Texas to be in that Big 12 championship game too. All conferences, we'll look at Isn't it crazy to me that Texas is still 7? Or am I tripping on that? Texas over Oregon? Texas over Alabama right now? I don't know about that. So currently, this is what the playoffs is looking like. Florida State did not have a... They ended up playing pretty well towards the end of that game, but yeah, I mean, Dude, look at Florida State's schedule the rest of the year. Are they going to lose? Florida State's got an easy schedule. Ohio State's still got to play Michigan, so that's going to be a huge game for playoffs right there. Georgia's schedule looks pretty tough. Missouri, Ole Miss, Tennessee. Ooh, yeah. We'll see how Georgia plays. What about Michigan? This is the other thing that's interesting about Michigan, man. The sign stealing scandal. I mean, I'm sure a lot of y'all heard about that last week, or not last week, but yesterday. But I mean, they caught those motherfuckers red-handed on that. We're gonna see what the NCAA does, because right now it's kind of an open investigation still. But if it ends up being true and Michigan has to end up suffering the consequences, I mean, what is the NCAA going to do? Are they just going to fine them? Are they going to kick them out of the playoffs? Because, I mean, obviously they have an upper hand if they're doing that shit, you know? It's just the way that they're doing it, because from what I was heard, sign stealing isn't necessarily... It's not against the rules, but how they're doing it is against the rules. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean that one's a toss-up in my eyes. We'll see what happens with that. We'll just play it by ear, but yeah, I mean worst comes to worst, Michigan might not even be able to play in the playoffs this year if they lay down those kind of consequences to them. I don't know, man. Yeah, that one's – any sleeper teams, for me personally, that I think could make the college football playoffs this year? Not really, man. I mean, the ones that are up at the top are definitely the top dogs right now. Washington, I would think, would sneak in there maybe, but they didn't play good last week. I would hope OU would sneak up there. We have the easiest schedule coming up, you know. Alabama, I'm not really sold on Alabama's offense that much. They're definitely getting it together, though. That's for sure. I just think that loss to Texas really hurt them. If they would have beat Texas, I mean, Alabama would be one of the teams up at the top right now. So, Bama's schedule the rest of the year. Let's check it out. So they play LSU next, but they're on bye week right now. So, do you think they beat LSU? Because honestly, that's really the only team that they could struggle. They might struggle against Kentucky too. At Auburn, that's always a good game too. If they end up winning out, they would need some other teams to lose for sure to get in the playoffs somehow, obviously. They would need any of these teams up at the top to lose. Which teams do I think are going to lose? Yeah, LSU's offense is pretty crazy. Jaden Daniels is a fucking badass. He's definitely up at the top of the Heisman race right now. One of the guys up at the top. You got J.J. McCarthy. You got Penix still. You got Gabriel. You got, you could still say Bo Nix for sure too. Other than that, is there anyone else? Not really. Yeah. For what I'm looking at, like what I think, Georgia's got the toughest schedule out of everyone up at the top right now to end the year. I think Florida State makes it. Their schedule just looks too easy for them not to make it. So I think Florida State gets in. Really, this game is going to be a deciding factor. I think Michigan is overall the better team than Ohio State, but we'll have to see what happens with that scandal and everything. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough to say right now. We'll just have to like kind of look at next week and see, because bro, an upset's gonna happen. That's how college football is. Upsets happen all the time. So, yeah, Ohio State will definitely be the game that'll change the top four. That's for sure. I agree. I definitely agree with that. But yeah, I mean, any teams at the bottom that I think would make a move up. I mean, if Air Force keeps winning, they're going to keep going up for sure. LSU could go up too. If LSU beats Bama, that would shake up a lot of things. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. It's going to be very interesting for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Oh, so it was headaches that Bijan was dealing with, huh? All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, boys. We've been on here for about an hour now, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Kind of wanted to talk about college football, too, because, I love watching college football. So just thought I'd add that in there as well. NBA predictions? Oh, shit. You know what? Good idea. How about the NBA? Okay, so yeah, we got the Thunder playing tonight, baby. We're playing Chicago. I'm very excited about this game. Very interested to see how the Thunder play this year, man. We look like we're on the uptrend for sure. NBA projections. I mean, so first off, Denver looked great last night. I think Denver is still up at the top. I just don't see anyone stopping Jokic. You really can't stop that guy. So I would say Denver. Teams up at the top this year for me are Denver, the Suns. The Suns played good last night too against the Warriors. So I would say Denver, the Suns. Give me. You got to give me the Warriors too. I think the Warriors will be up there as well. Boston is going to be up there. Miami is going to be up there. Clippers maybe. Clippers will maybe be up there. The Bucks are going to be up there too. I don't know about Philly. That whole James Harden situation's crazy. He's not even going to play these. He's not even going to play Thursday. Honestly, I think it's Denver's league to lose again, man. I think it's Denver's league to lose, but I mean, there's a lot of high-powered offenses now. The Suns and the Bucks are dangerous. I'm very interested to see how the Bucks look this year with Damian Lillard and Giannis, because that is a deadly duo, bro. So, I mean, I think those are the top three teams in my eyes right now. I mean, the Suns look good without having Bradley Beal. And, I mean, dude, they turned the ball over like 20 times last night and still won. So, I mean, yeah. My prediction for the Thunder this year, I think that we're going to be around the same, bro. I think that we're going to be like maybe in the play-in. We could be – I would think that we're probably going to be like 7, 8, 9, 10 range this year. Obviously, I want us to play better. I want us to be up there. But I think we still need another year or two. Build more chemistry with the guys and all that, and I think then we'll be more deadly. My thoughts on San Antonio this year too, dude. Victor Wembanyama is something else. I mean, just getting a little hint of him at the preseason. This guy is someone we've never seen before, man. With how he plays the game, his defense is unreal. He's got an offensive bag that we've never seen a 7'4" guy have. I mean, golly. Yeah, San Antonio is going to be very interesting to watch this year, man. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs or anything? Probably not, unless Victor Wembanyama plays out of his mind. But it's Wembanyama's rookie of the year to lose. That's for sure. If he stays healthy, it's his rookie of the year. For sure. I want to say Chet's up there too. Chet's definitely going to be in the talk for Rookie of the Year as well. But Wembanyama's probably going to win it. But yeah. Any sleeper teams this year in my eyes? Sleeper teams. I love the Knicks. The Knicks is one team that I think is definitely a sleeper. Will they win it all? No. But they definitely will make some noise in the playoffs. People are kind of forgetting about Memphis, too. I mean, Memphis was second in the West last year. Yeah, Memphis is definitely up there, too, I think. We'll see how Ja plays. Hopefully Ja doesn't get in any more trouble. I mean, last year, I don't know if I've ever seen a player get in as much trouble as he did last year. Doing some Gilbert Arenas shit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say that Memphis is definitely a sleeper team, too. Shaw gonna get a poster on one, dude. Bro, that would be crazy. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Any other teams sleeper-wise? Sacramento, man. We can't forget about how great Sacramento played last year. That Sacramento Warriors series was probably one of the best series last year to watch. I mean, Curry went absolutely off. I'm a really big fan of Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. They're another sleeper team too, man, for sure. Any teams that played bad last year that I think are going to be making some noise? I mean, talent-wise, you You can't leave out Dallas, bro. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs last year, but they have Luka and Kyrie. You know, talent-wise, they should be better than what they are. So I would definitely watch out for Dallas too. Any breakout seasons for anyone else? Not really. Maybe Minnesota. They have a lot of talent on that team too. New Orleans with Zion coming back, maybe too. We haven't even talked about the Lakers. My thing about the Lakers, so I saw a report coming out that LeBron's only going to be playing about 28 to 30 minutes a game this year. Definitely not going to be playing him as many minutes as he did last year. I don't really know how I feel about. I don't really know how I feel about the Lakers this year, man. Anthony Davis has to step up. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the dude can't stay healthy for one. But his inconsistent play, I think, is what's really going to hurt the Lakers this year. Because he's going to have to step up and be the number one guy there. I mean, yeah. Lakers are going to be like probably middle of the pack. I would expect them to make the playoffs, but I don't know, man. Looks like we just had a trade happen in fantasy football. I gotta bring this up real quick. Let me look at this. I just saw it. I'm gonna go check this out real quick. All right, boys, we just had a trade happen. So great. Honestly, dude, I'm not mad at the move for you, Andy. Tyler Lockett, getting rid of him and getting Khalil Herbert. It really hurt at running back. So I mean, I definitely get the trade. Khalil Herbert, I believe, will be the number one coming back when he's healthy. He's had an okay year to start. He did have one breakout game, but this is a pretty fair trade in my eyes. So good move for you, Andy, and I don't mind Crew getting Tyler Lockett. I think that helps Crew as well. So.
Hey, my name's Charlie Reed. You don't know me, but I definitely know you.
Was it that? The fuck? How long has that been playing in the background? Has it been playing in the background this whole time? The last 5 minutes? Okay. At least it wasn't the whole pod. Thank God. I don't know what that was. But yeah, Khalil Herbert, Tyler Lockett, I love the trade. I think that's a good trade. Pretty even. So, all right, I'm going to hop off here. Boys, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Definitely wanted to cover some more sports today, too. So, hope y'all enjoyed that, man. But, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and add this on to my YouTube, and y'all check it out. So, hope y'all enjoyed the pod. Good talking to you, Baylor. Hope you enjoying it, bro. We will be back next week, man. Deuces.